Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'll be working with sketch number 7 from the Sketch Support series with Allison Davis for Scrapbook Generation and the Our Little Monster collection from Bo Bunny. Okay, so I am going to be working with this collection today, and it is the Bo Bunny Our Little Monster collection, and I own an absolute ton of it, which does not stop me from acquiring more. I just recently got some more from a friend who is getting rid of her stuff. So, but I think that it's usable in so many different ways that it's totally fine. So today I am using Sketch 7 from the Sketch Support series, and I am continuing to work on my project focus for my grandson's first year baby album, and we are currently, for the month of June, trying to get through the April photos of his first year. So I have this sketch calls for 6 photos. For this layout I actually have 7, and so we'll just make that work. And I am also working on a class focus of trying to get through some of the classes that I already have on my computer, and one of them that I consider a class is this sketch support class from Allison Davis, and I will link all of the things below. It includes her blog where she has written information about her sketches and a variety of different ways she uses each sketch. She has a video with her on her YouTube channel for most of her sketch support sketches, and she also has a Facebook group where you can add your version of each sketch into an album. So I will link all of that below, and let's get started. So here are my photos for the layout. They are of my little Quentin eating when he was about 11 months old. So he and his parents, I should say, not he didn't decide. His parents decided to scrap the baby food almost right off the hop. And I think they started with like pablum and the, baby food that you buy in the grocery store in the beginning, and then soon decided that that wasn't the route they wanted to take. And so they moved to just feeding him whatever they were eating and just cutting it up into baby-sized pieces and letting him figure things out. I think I wanted this one here, this one here, this one here. Okay, so this is roughly kind of what I was thinking. So on the sketch, we have 10 by 1 banner pieces stretched across both pages, which I had already laid down. I started with Recollections embossed cardstock, and this is a chevron embossed cardstock, and I like these cardstocks because they're not plain, but they're also not patterned paper that are going to steal the show. So that's what I started with. I layered up my banner strips onto my pages, I guess, in this case, and then I matted my photos, printed my journaling, and let's start adhering some photos. So this one I'm going to adhere down first, and they're a little bit tilted on the sketch, and I like that idea, so I'm going to a little bit tilt them on my layout as well. And I don't know if you haven't heard of Chamel, you need to check her out, but she's a designer for American Crafts. She also, if you haven't heard of her, I don't know where you've been scrapbooking, but she also does classes and etc. she does a free Facebook Live twice a week with something called Best of Both Worlds. And I don't buy her kits, but I like to watch her videos. And she, one of the things she says is don't tilt too much. Like, it's good to have it like not straight, but don't tilt too much. So that's what I'm trying to remember when I lay these photos down. Now this side, on the other hand, as you can see, is kind of a grid shape. And so I'm gonna line those up pretty straight if I can. So I'm going to use my T-square ruler to get started. And I'm gonna start in the center with my journaling block. For these square, or not square, what do you call them? Like rectangle journaling, not journal, well, cut it. Like on the sketch, I think they're like meant to be cut aparts or whatever, but I just went to the 6x6 paper pad and pulled some patterns that I thought that, first of all, weren't already on here. But obviously they still coordinate, right? So I picked some patterns that I liked, that I thought went well. And this collection is like all about little boys being little monsters in a very affectionate manner, of course, cutesy. And I just think it's adorable. So here is him trying all the things, throwing what he doesn't like on the floor, having a messy face, not wanting to eat because he has a stuffy nose from teething, refusing to let anyone else use the spoon, and making a gigantic mess. And he's just such a little ham. Look at that little face, eh? He's not as camera happy as he used to be, but he sure was good with the camera. His mom still does a really good job of capturing his personality in her photos. And technology's amazing too. She has, I think, an iPhone 12 or something like that. And it like snaps a whole bunch of different pictures and then compiles the best 3 images and makes your photo. Like, so fancy. And so when she's taking pictures of the kids, it records in that live option, and then it compiles a photo based on the 3 best frames from that. So the kids it gives the kids a little bit of time to look at the camera. Anyways, it just gives the best photos. I love it. Do I want this one down here? I think I was gonna overlap these a little. Like kind of like a, anyway, the sketch only has 1 photo like up here, and it's a 2x2, and I did mine at 2.5 by 2.5 because I felt like 2x2 cut too much off from this one. So I think I'm gonna pop those up, those ones. I don't know what's stuck to here. And I have pulled out a few embellishments, but not a ton. I didn't not even measure that. To, to embellish this layout, because on the sketch it shows like a lot of embellishment like on these card pieces, but because I had extra photos, I felt like there wasn't as much room for embellishment. So I think I'm gonna just do this one like this. So that it's a little bit overlapping. And this one I think I'll do something kind of similar, but I don't know if do I want it to be in the same kind of place? No, I want it to be kind of over this way, and maybe yeah, because this one's awful. I like how that kind of looks. Sorry, I feel like I'm crooked on you guys all the time, especially when I'm doing the double, because my camera goes at a bit of an angle to capture it all. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so I will peel the back off of here. Now for my title work, I have been having a bit of a product focus. Now, if I'm being 100% honest, I have kind of two product focuses right now. So because I'm working on this project, my product focus has been working through my little boy stuff too. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So for my title work, I have pulled this banner piece that I would like to get on here, but I was thinking it would go over the photos maybe, but I don't like it like that. I think I'm going to put it down here. And I think I'm just going to lay it flat because there are thickers to go on here, which will give dimension, and then part of the title is like on a layered chipboard thing. So I'm going to put that here. And for my product focus of using up my thickers, I had added this one because it has no A's and E's left. And so I feel like it's a good one to work my way through. And I had everything for Such Hungry, but I didn't have an A, so I went to my Tim Holtz Big Chat and pulled an A out of there. So Such a Hungry Boy. Because, man, I don't know if you've ever had to feed boys, but they sure can pack away the food, and he's no exception. My husband and I were just talking about how interesting it will be to have our last one move out, because he is going to university here pretty soon. And he's a teenager. He eats a ton, so much so that he doesn't feel like we feed him enough, and he often is ordering skip the dishes even though he's eaten plenty. So we did notice a difference in our food budget every time one of the kids moved out. So we're just thinking ahead to like, what's that going to be like when the only people we have to feed are ourselves? Because we have never been without kids. When I met my husband, I already had a child. So this little guy's dad was I think not quite 2 when I met my husband, who his dad calls dad, like, yeah. And so we've never been without having to, buy groceries for kids or like feed. And it's been years. Like, think about, his dad is 27 now. And so we've had teenagers in the house for quite a long time. It's going to be really strange. So it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll have more money for scrapbooking. What do you think? That sounds like an excellent plan right there. Grocery budget turned scrapbooking budget. Quit my second job. I'm just kidding. My second job is actually for my plane tickets to go see my babies, but because they're so little. I know they'll get bigger and I won't have to go as much, but right now I just feel like I need to see them because they grow too fast. So Such a Hungry, and then these are from the, I'm losing things aside from my mind. Oh, here it is. They are from the layered chipboard pack of this collection, and I'm just going to add a little adhesive because we all know how chipboard likes to stick. Should start in the middle, right? Rule number 1 of putting up a bulletin board, always start in the center. That's where I learned that, was at work. And not that my job often entails putting up bulletin boards, because I'm not that kind of educational assistant. I'm more of a special needs support person, but I definitely have spent plenty of organizational days putting up chipboard, This is chipboard. Putting up bulletin boards at the beginning, especially at the beginning of the year, we have some organizational time. And it's just so much. And especially in special education, I don't know if you know this, but the teachers have an extraordinary amount of paperwork compared to a normal teacher when you have special needs kids to take care of. Now I was thinking to balance out the chipboard on this side that I would like to use this star stripe, but I don't know where yet. So we're going to hold off on that. And first I would like to include these, like find a home for these. So these are from Creative Memories. I don't know if Creative Memories even does dates on their stuff, but they're super old. I think they're from when they're probably from the early 2000s. Anyway, they are some of the leftovers from my baby supplies. So we talked a little when I mentioned like my other product focus besides using up the alphas that are in my like use it or lose it kind of pile over here. I also am trying to work my way through my little boy stuff. So when I compiled all of my supplies for little boys, I am not super proud to say that it took up two, not one, but two iris containers. And I have a lot. So that being said, what you also need to know is that I pulled things like this that were left over from my baby supplies. Now there was not a ton, like maybe a handful, if that, of baby things left over when I finished the iris container full of baby boy supplies. So I separated them into things that could be used for baby girls, because that's going to be my next big adventure, is scrapbooking his sister. And things that I didn't think were like this might still be able to go in there, but I thought let's see if I can use it by the end of his first year album, and if not, it'll go into the baby girl stuff because it's pretty neutral. There is blue in it, but I'm not that kind of picky. So for this one, I felt like these ones not super relevant, but the cake because he's eating and the bib because he's eating, I thought went well. And I have added them into this little monster collection just because of the colors. Like the colors go really well together and they have kind of that faded look, and some of the papers do as well. So there's that. Now, do I want this just like down the side? Because I feel like it's super cute. So I do want it on here. I just don't know where to put it exactly. Tuck it under. See, that's fits better, but it's upside down. Like there's writing on here, so I don't want it to, I don't want the writing to be upside down. That'd be weird. But I think that, or the other thing I was thinking was to put it across the top. Yeah, I kind of like that because this kind of goes down below and this kind of goes up above. So it balances out, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of ink on the edges, not a ton, just a little bit so that it goes with everything else. I did ink all my papers, except for my background papers, in Black Soot Distress ink, my go-to all-time fave. Although lately I've been using a lot more Hickory Smoke Distress ink than the other. And there we go. Okay. So we got, now I feel like I need to move my picture. I don't know. I'm so fussy. Okay. And then I picked out a few like die cut bits from the die cut pack that I showed you earlier, just that I thought could potentially go on here, but I don't know if I'm actually going to use them. I feel like there's so much going on here already that I don't really feel like I need anything else, if you know what I'm saying. But I will try to include this little date tag. So I just don't know where yet. Maybe here. It's yellow though, and my background is yellow. So that's a bit of a conundrum. Maybe here. Okay, that looks okay. And then I thought about these arrow pieces, but I don't feel like I need them. I just don't. This though, I might add just tucked in here, just because it's kind of a cute little bit with all the colors in it. Just to bring that color kind of around the page. So there's that. Now I do need an actual date, but again, these are all obviously not all on the same day. They didn't feed them that much, but it's just April 2019. So I'm just gonna date April 2019 here. And I'm just gonna glue that down. And we can get to our sprinkly bits. And I think I didn't really pay attention to this before, but I think I might pull out a little bit of bling. Because this has those red, what do you call, rhinestones on it. So I'm going to see, this is my sprinkles box. If you haven't seen it before, there is a video where I show you how I reorganized it. Well, it's not the actual process of me reorganizing it. It's just, this is how it was after it was reorganized. So I'm just looking to see if I have little wee red ones, and I think the closest thing I have are these, and I don't think they're the same kind of red. No. So I will go with some blue maybe. And there's some yellow in here. And I think this one has some bigger red ones. That might go okay. So we'll see what we can do with that. Now I also brought in some enamel dots. These are from Close to My Heart. There's a ton in here when I got it. I got it at a garage sale, and I think the lady that was selling it was like a consultant, and she had put like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 sheets in here of it. So it's like more than the regular, like what you would normally get in a pack. And I have put quite a dent in it, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to use these and these to dress it up a little. And I'm going to just see where the mood takes me. I might start with some blue ones because I want to put a little bit on this banner piece. So I'm thinking like on either side of the title maybe. And then see where I go from there. There we go. And maybe some little wee blue ones up here because it's on the layered chipboard there. So maybe I'll put some on the layered chipboard here as well. I used to be really like careful too about like how many things do I put on here. And now it's more about like, does it look silly or like, is that too much? But if I want to put 2 on each one, I have lots. Never going to run out of scrapbooking supplies as long as I live. I know this. I know this for a fact. Sorry about the crinkling. I didn't, like I said, I didn't really think about using these until later. So I think for over here, I might put Actually, you know what might be cute is this little strip. I think this is a strip. Oh, can't pick it up. Of blue. There we go. Oh, that's nice too, hey? Okay, so we got a little bling there. A little bling here, a little bling here, and a little bling here. Okay, so let's put that blue away. Where did that? There it is. And that can go. Now, more blue. Okay, and more. It all came out. All right, so then I'm going to move on to these pieces. And I have stuck the bling to the wrong thing. Okay, so do I want, I think I'm just going to go with the tiny ones. They're so cute. Look at those. Okay, so I'm just going to go with these little ones. And I'm going to do one of each color. I don't know if that even picks up on camera that these two lighter ones are two different colors. One's like a more green turquoise and one's more of a like blue aqua kind of color. So I guess that's probably really hard to see on there. But that's what it is. So I'm using one of each color in each cluster grouping, just to give it a little bit of visual interest. And then I think I'm going to be finished my layout. We got photos, we got journaling, we have a title, and we have a date and a little bit of fancy things. So that, I think, is my 2-page layout for today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please click that like button and give me a thumbs up. If you would like to know more about the things that we talked about, please look down below and click the show more button under the video description to find the links to all of the things. If you are new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please click the notification bell as well so that you know every time any video goes up. Have a great day, everyone.